Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of my trading recap from this morning. All right, it is August 4th. All right, we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to show you guys how much I made, what positions I took, and where I took my executions. All right, so I took 3 long positions this morning, or 3 short positions this morning, looking to target some equal lows, right? And we're gonna get straight into it. All right. So when I opened the charts up, it was about 8:30 this morning. All right. So I just wanted to go ahead and chart all these London highs, Asian highs, London lows, Asian lows that have not yet been tapped into. Okay. So what did I do notice as soon as I opened up this chart? All right. So last night we got a London sweep on the low. All right. And then Asia created a new low. So that hasn't yet been tapped into. All right. During London session, we did sweep both Asia high and the previous London high as well, prior to making a nice reversal into this 15-minute order block that we had resting down here, prior to creating London low and then going back up for pre-market, where we eventually swept out London high from this morning. Okay, so we dropped down to the 5-minute chart. We're looking to see if there's any setups. All right, so what do I notice here? I notice a bunch of volatility early in this market, right? This is before market even opened. All right, so what am I doing? I'm just being patient. I'm making my charts up. I'm charting everything so I don't miss a beat. All right, so that is a 5-minute gap that we did end up inversing and then double inversing back up to the upside, while leaving another bullish 5-minute fair value gap right here. All right, at the 835 candle on the 5-minute chart. So what am I doing? I'm marking this out. I'm keeping note of it, and I'm just being patient, waiting for market to develop. All right. We sweep through the inverse fair value gap once more, tapping back into the original bullish 5-minute fair value gap that was created at 7:40 this morning. And what are we doing? We're seeing a nice initial sign of rejection, where we eventually push back higher right before market opens at 9:20 this morning. All right, so what do I notice now? I notice pre-market London highs were swept and then reversed, right? We came back up, failed to sweep this previous high that was created, also failed to sweep previous Asia highs from a previous day, and now we're finally coming up, sweeping out these equal highs that were all stacked up during pre-market this morning, right? Now, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be waiting for market to open. There is a ton of volatility in pre-market, and quite frankly, I just want to look for a setup. So I'm being patient. I'm not forcing anything. I'm not hopping in. Why? Because if the market moves, that does not mean we have to move, right? So now here we are at 9:30 market open. I notice that we are looking to sweep pre-market highs. Once again, we're getting another sweep of a high, just stacking up extra liquidity for the move that I was looking to take. All right, so once again, we get another sweep of liquidity, right? So now what am I gonna do? I'm actually gonna drop down into the 3-minute chart, and I'm gonna really look for some type of opportunity in this volatile market. It looks like we are dying down in momentum a little bit over here, so I'm keeping cautious of that. All right, I'm looking for any type of reversal signals. All right, so right now, what are we doing? We're zoning out. We're creating a head and shoulders pattern, right? We have a shoulder here, we have the head here, and we have another shoulder here. So what do I do once I see this type of rejection at the last shoulder? I go short, and we get some great delivery as soon as I enter, right? I'm first targeting this low, and then I also have this low in my vision, right? So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna mark this as my take profit 1. right? Make it easier to see. And then this will be my final take profit here. All right. So now all we do is we wait for price to develop, right? We're in the trade. We're already seeing some great distribution in our favor. All right. We do end up dying down slightly. Okay. So what am I going to do? I'm going to drop down into the 1 minute now. And I'm just going to see if there's any way I can manage and save this position, right? So what do I notice once I drop down to the 1 minute chart? I do notice this bearish fair value gap here. All right. On the 1 minute chart, we get a bearish fair value gap. So right now, this is our last sign of defense, right? We do not want price to jump right back above here, because then we're at risk of getting stopped out, which we have set right above these highs at market open. Okay. So now we're just letting price develop still. We get a great rejection lower, in which price continues over here, right? So now I'm able to go break even as soon as my take profit 1 is hit. And then once I see this type of volatility enter the market at 10:38 on a random 1 minute candle, honestly, I think I'm pretty good for the day. I wait for this type of rejection so I could at least salvage some of my last position. And I ended up closing on full profits on the day right here at take profit 1, where I was done for the day before 11, right? So it's very straightforward, very simple setup this morning. It was a little bit of a wait, right? We didn't actually get the setup until about 10:15 in the morning. So it was a little bit of waiting around, a little bit more than I'm used to, a little bit more than some of you might be used to, but that's okay, right? Because we don't always get paid based off of forcing trades or executing. We get paid based off patience, right? And that's exactly what we did. We sat on our hands and we just waited for the market to present itself with a solid opportunity. We execute and we capitalize when we can, all right? Thank you guys for all the support. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave them in the comments and I will make sure to get back to you guys as soon as I possibly can, all right? I love you all. Till next time, peace.